Hi everyone, today we're making something truly special, an all-natural plum jam with walnuts. This recipe not only gives you a rich, flavorful jam, but the addition of walnuts adds a delightful crunch that enhances the overall texture. I'll also share a simple trick along the way for preserving this vibrant color of the plums while cooking the jam. Our favorite way to enjoy this crunchy walnut plum jam, it's on a slice of freshly baked bread with butter on top. So let's get started. You will need 10 kilograms or 22 pounds of plums to make about 14 to 17 jars of 500 milliliters. Use ripe plums. The riper they are, the less sugar you will use. First, thoroughly wash the plums. Pit the plums. Cut them into quarters for a chunkier texture. Or if you prefer a smoother jam, you can process the plums in a food processor until smooth. Before you start cooking the jam, let's prepare the jars. Your jars should be clean and dry. Place them on a tray on the middle rack of the oven. Sterilize them in the oven at 225 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 degrees Celsius. I usually sterilize the jar lids along with the jars too by stacking them like this, or placing them on a separate baking sheet. Leave the jars in the oven until you are ready to fill them with jam. Place your prepared plums into a large pot and bring them to a boil over medium-high heat. Use a wooden spoon to gently crush them, helping to release their juices. To expedite the softening process and encourage more juice to be released, cover the pot with a lid until the mixture reaches a boil. Be sure to stir frequently to prevent the plums from sticking to the bottom of the pot. Let the mixture simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes, stirring frequently to prevent sticking. If you notice any sticking at the bottom, use a stainless steel spoon to carefully mix and scrape the bottom, releasing any bits that may have adhered to the surface. This will help ensure an even consistency and prevent burning. Add the juice from 4 medium-sized lemons. Why add lemon juice? Adding lemon juice to plum jam enhances the flavor by balancing the sweetness and helps activate the natural pectin in the plums, ensuring the jam sets properly. It also lowers the pH, which aids in preservation and extends the shelf life of the jam. Let the mixture simmer for 20 to 30 more minutes. You can test the thickness of the jam by spooning some onto a plate. Let it cool and see if it reaches your desired consistency. Now here's that important trick I promised. When the jam has almost reached the desired consistency, add the sugar, 3 to 4 kilograms. The sugar should be added about 15 to 20 minutes before the jam is fully done cooking. This helps keep the color of the plums vibrant and beautiful. If you add the sugar from the beginning, your plum jam will look darker in color like this, as opposed to this. Don't add all the sugar at once. Add half to 3/3 of it at first. After the sugar is incorporated, taste the jam and add more sugar only if necessary. The riper your plums are, the less sugar you need. In the meantime, roughly chop 500 grams or about 1 pound of walnuts. About 10 minutes after adding the sugar, add your roughly chopped walnuts. This will give your jam a wonderful texture and flavor. You can skip this step if you just want plain plum jam. Let the jam simmer for 10 more minutes. This will infuse the jam with a delicious nutty flavor. Turn off the heat and carefully ladle the jam into the hot sterilized jars, leaving about 1 to 1.5 centimeters of headspace. I usually pour about half a ladle of hot jam into each jar to allow the jars to gradually come to the same temperature as the jam. This helps ensure the glass won't crack and improves the sealing process. Wipe the rims clean if needed and seal with the sterilized lids. I use this kinds of jar gripper pads to close the lids tightly. They provide an amazing grip and are so handy to have in the kitchen to close or open jars. Place the jars on thick cork trivets, wooden boards, or kitchen towels and cover them with a thick blanket or two to cool slowly. This slow cooling process helps the lids seal properly. After the jars have cooled, check the seals by pressing down on the center of each lid. If it pops back up, it hasn't sealed properly, so you should store those jars in the fridge. Mine were all fine. And there you have it. Our delicious, all-natural plum jam with walnuts is ready. Perfect for enjoying straight from the jar or spreading on a slice of bread with butter. If you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to like and subscribe for more delicious homemade treats.